All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another exciting adventure of sea glass hunting with LC. And this is your host, Captain Kai, the sea glass guy. We are here at a sharper beach today than normal. It's kind of the beginning of where our landfill one started. Because it has such a big reef on it, most of the glass doesn't get as worn around as a lot of the other glass I've shown y'all. This is a really cool spot to find some one-of-a-kind things. A lot of good marbles here sometimes. And a lot of good stuff you can pick out of the water here as well. You guys can see through the surface here. There's a lot underneath. I'm wearing some shoes today. I don't normally, but this is what I call Sharps Beach, and there's a lot of, even though the glass is really old, it's still fresh. It's still sharp. So we're just trying not to get hurt today. Have a good time. Oh wow, look at that little bottle mouth there. Certainly went through a bonfire before it went in the ocean. Pretty cool how melted that is. Elsie, come on. Oh, look at that, another melted bottle mouth. That one's pretty neat. As you see, lots of bottle mouths here. Ah, what's that right there? Beautiful electric blue turquoise. Wow, look at that. And there's a button. An old button. Ceramic. Neat. So this piece of turquoise, it looks pretty fresh. It's still chippy. I wouldn't consider it sea glass yet. You could call this landfill glass or beach glass, but either way, it doesn't have that wear, that frost to it that sea glass does. So even though this probably has been sitting by the ocean for decades and decades, it just hasn't been getting rolling around enough. So it's not sea glass, and I don't keep that. So I throw that back, and I feel like that's, why keep something that's not really that pretty yet? It's better to let somebody else have it down the road, when it's going to be worn and looking nice. Otherwise, you're just collecting trash, and that's not what we're here for. We want to find those pretty jewels made by the sea. And if the sea hasn't had time to make them into a jewel yet, then what's the point, right? So we're keeping an eye out for the really well-worn stuff. For instance, here's a piece of pink sea glass, really well patterned, but again, it's not worn. It doesn't have that frosty look to it yet. So that means it's not sea glass yet. Even though you found it at the beach, until the ocean's done its work, it's not sea glass. So we're going to throw that one back too. And we're looking for the stuff that's been washed around a little more than that. So you can see here's an old kick up, but again, still not frosty yet, so that goes back in as well. We got some good ridge lines here, so we'll see if maybe we can kick some of that down and see what's underneath the surface. Kind of nice to use your shoes here so you don't cut your hands on anything. And welcome everybody that's just joining. I appreciate y'all. Good morning to all of you. Hey there, everybody in Maine. Right on. Cool. Thank y'all for watching. Hopefully we can find some cool stuff for you. An old piece of Duraglass from an old brown bottle bottom. The Duraglass figure, the little emblem they have, you can kind of see it at the top of this piece here. You can only see half of it, but they're called Baby Yodas. If you find a Duraglass and you look at the bottom, their little emblem looks like a Baby Yoda face. Kind of cool. I'll try and find a full one to show y'all. We're just peeling back the surface, seeing what's underneath here. Not a ton just here, but we'll keep walking down and seeing what else we can find. The more further we go, the more worn down the sea glass gets. The better it looks, the more we keep. Some nice little pieces of cornflower blue in here. Really pretty. There's Elsie, everybody knows her. Best dog in the world. She sure is lucky. Getting to wake up and go to the beach every day and see the sunset every afternoon. Let's see. Now you can see this pattern piece here. That's probably a UV. Based on that color of green, I bet if I put a UV light to it, it would glow really, really well. So we're gonna keep that one, and I'll put a light to it later and double check that. Elsie says hi. Thanks everybody for saying hi to her. All right, what we got? Whoa, what's this? I see a shoe and a leg. Y'all see that? On the inside, it's got some coralline. That's that red coral algae you see there. Hey, look, it's somebody's shoe. That's ceramic there. We'll keep that. That's kind of neat. I wonder where the rest of the body went. Huh, okay. There's another good bottle mouth right there. It's really pretty. Oh, okay, here's another Duraglass. You guys should be able to see it now. Let me get a little sunny spot here. Alright. There we go. Do you guys see right in the middle here? It's a little baby Yoda face. Maybe hard to make out. But there he is, baby Yoda. Alright, now, wow, a lot of people watch from Maine these days. That's cool. How much snow does everybody have out there? Elsie, let's go. Definitely no snow here, but I heard some people got like 15 inches yesterday or something crazy. Can't even imagine what that must be like now. It's a nice like 78 degrees here right now in the morning. Sun just came up. Oh, what's that say there? Galveston, Texas. Huh. That's cool. I'll keep that. You don't find too much Texas stuff down here by Venezuela. Elsie, see anything good? Good girl. Go get him. So like I said, this is the sharpest beach we go to. And generally, a lot of the things we find, we throw back into the ocean because they're just not ready yet. But it's always fun because you find a lot of one-of-a-kind things here. Like figurines, like we just found that shoe. There's definitely a lot more marbles around here. And definitely a lot more stoppers. And that is what we're out here to find. I just picked up a purple piece. Look at the color on that, huh? Maybe if I put behind the sunshine, there we go. Nova Scotia, right on. Footer snow. Wow. Do I pick up the hagstones? These actually aren't hagstones. This is coral. Dead coral, not rocks. No, it is very illegal to take coral out of a lot of these islands in the Caribbean, so unfortunately I can't just shove it all into a bag. I gotta pick out each piece of sea glass that I like and go from there. Oh, thank you guys so much for watching. Elsie, what do you see? Anything? Yep, like I was saying, I gotta wear shoes today. This is a sharp beach here, but generally I do not. Here's a orange piece of Fiesta ware. That's the old pottery that's got color on both sides to it. There's so much to see here. It's kind of tough sometimes to not miss everything. But we're going slow. Try not to fall over. -5 degrees. Oh my gosh, that is crazy. It certainly is nice and warm here. No complaints from us. And you can look out at the ocean today. It's beautiful, beautiful blue out there. Not too many waves. Not much wind right now. The mornings are always really calm here. Oh, I just walked right into a spider web face first. Yeah. All right. What's treasure hunting without some spider webs to the face, though, right? Indiana Jones would agree. So some of these bottlemouths, I like to pick them up, but I only pick them up if they're frosted on both sides. So you can see the top of the mouth's really well worn, but the bottom's still kind of chippy. So we'll throw that back for somebody else down the line. There's a little piece of pink there. There's a white kick up, but it's still kind of chippy, so that's going back too. You guys are going to see a lot of stuff go back in the ocean today. Let's see. It's a cool pattern piece of white there. LC, should I dig there? Is that the spot you like? This is a piece from a old Clorox bleach bottle. They stopped making the Clorox bleach bottles out of glass in 1963. So you know that that's at least, 57 years old? It's pretty cool. There's a nice seafoam there from an old Coke bottle. And you can tell that nobody's been to these beaches and looked through this stuff yet because you get a ridge line. I don't know if you guys can see that, but you see how it's all built up. Only the ocean can do it so perfectly like that. So you can tell that nobody else has dug at this beach yet this morning. Not that anyone would. I'm the only person I've ever seen. But in places like Aruba and Puerto Rico, where you get a lot of sea glass hunters, it's kind of nice to be able to tell where someone's been already. That way you don't go digging and wasting your time where there's already nothing at. Not that any time on the beach is wasted. So we're just digging through here underneath LC. You never know what's gonna pop up. Sometimes nothing at all. And like I was saying, the further we get down this beach here, the more well-worn the glass is gonna be, the more we're gonna find. -28 degrees. That is nuts. Wow. I can't even imagine. Kevin's going to be here from March 25th. Oh, awesome, man. I'd be glad to give you a tour. Is the milk glass white? I don't think I found any milk glass yet. That little button I found was a blue milk glass button, though. Thank you all for joining in and chatting with me. It's really neat to share this experience with everyone. Try to do a live hunt once a day now, if I can. I'll take you to a different beach every time, if I can. There's a pretty M. See that? But again, too chippy. Not really sea glass yet. You might consider it beach glass because you found it on the beach, but until it gets well worn into a jewel, it's not really sea glass yet. It's just kind of trash that went in the water. So that's cool, but it's not what we're looking for. So we're throwing that back too. Keeping our eyes peeled for anything red or orange. Looking for those marbles. You know what, the other day I found a hermit crab on the beach without a shell. One of the bigger hermit crabs I'd ever seen. And I don't know if you guys know much about them, but if they don't have a shell, they can't last very long without it. Their tail is basically useless unless it's plugged into a shell, and they're defenseless without one. So what happens is when hermit crabs need a new shell, they find a bunch of other hermit crabs that also need a new shell, and then they line themselves up by size, and they all switch shells. Everybody goes up to the next big shell, and they do it all at the same time. It's pretty neat to watch. There's some videos online. But sometimes somebody misses out. Somebody shows to the party without a shell, and then somebody who had a shell and gave theirs up loses theirs, and then they're kind of screwed. Oh, well, look, stopper. Nice. Just the top of a stopper there, but still counts. Right on. Anyway, so I found this hermit crab, no shell, and he was getting washed up and down by the waves. So we spent the next half hour or so looking for the perfect seashell for this hermit crab, and we found 3 of them, gave him his choice, and sure enough, he picked one and went on in there. And so we took him back to the beach, and I'm sure he's still around here somewhere, living it up happily with his new home. We're happy to find and provide for him. So that was kind of cool. I see somebody saying, Christina, for me to pick up the blues. These ones are a little chippy still. They're not sea glass quality yet, so I'm gonna leave those. But look at this cool gray right there. That's a perfect triangle there, a little sail. Cool. Usually these gray glass pieces, you can see they're always flat. It's because they're from the old black and white TV screens. You'll often find a lot of these pieces close to each other from where someone threw a TV in a long time ago. Just gonna dig back. See if there's anything good under this ridge here. And now if your hands start to hurt, you can just grab a good piece of coral like this. They're pretty lightweight, and just pull back. See this? That's a nice piece of patterned pink right there. I'll put it down so you can see the color. That's pretty well worn, so we'll keep that one. Pink. And so like I was saying, you just get a good piece of coral and kind of help protect your hands a little bit. Now there's a blue worth keeping. See how well worn and pitted that is. It's a little chippy on the back, but it's still it's decently worn, so we will keep that one. Now look, another piece of patterned pink. Pretty close to the one we just found. LC, you see anything good up there? We're gonna look past the high tide line there for anything. I see a coconut. That's LC's favorite thing. LC, you want it? Do you want this coconut? Do you want it? Will you spin? Good spin. Good job. Ready, go. All right, happy dog. Wow, 79 people watching. That's amazing. Thank y'all. Glad we could share this experience with you. I was telling everybody we're at a sharper beach today than normal, so not as much well-worn sea glass as the other places I took y'all, but still enough to make it worth going through. It's a really good place for one-of-a-kind items. We'll leave these seashells on the beach for other hermit crabs. Oh, right there, that's a nice one. This piece of like indigo blue pattern glass. Let me see if I can focus on that. Got a little bit of a hobnail pattern to it or something. Pretty. Check out this teal. Let's see here. Beautiful color teal there. A little piece of pottery. Do you see the little house on it? It's maybe got like a palm tree over it or something. That's neat. Oh, we got a bottle bottom, but it's not quite ready. Let's see if we can skip it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 skips. Not bad for a piece of old glass. Haven't found any reds, oranges, or marbles yet today, so we're really keeping an eye out for those. Just looking back underneath the bushes and stuff. And then underneath us, just kind of kicking it out. One of the main reasons that the glass isn't as well worn as here is you can see the reef line. There's a really shallow reef right in front of the beach. So the waves that would normally come onto the beach, look at that. Nice. Pattern with a flower in it. Electric blue turquoise. Really well worn. Looks like the big island of Hawaii. Sweet. That's a really cool one. Someone just asked if the island is fairly safe. Yeah, it is. It is pretty safe around here. Never had many problems. Everybody's generally pretty nice around here. It's a small place. You know, you could drive from one side of the country to the other in about an hour. So everybody kind of knows each other. I think that helps to keep everybody honest. So yeah, that piece of turquoise is really sweet. And like I was saying, yeah, the reef here that kind of protects the beach, that keeps the sea glass from really getting washed and worn the way it does at the other beaches we went to. Now here's another patterned pink. Really, really pretty, but again, it's just not worn in it enough. It doesn't have that worn look to it. It's still kind of not sharp, but it's just not there yet. It's not sea glass. So we're gonna toss that back in. Goodbye, beautiful pink. We're only bringing home the good sea glass for y'all. Everything else is best just to leave for the next generation, you know? Otherwise, you can't really enjoy it until it's fully born. Let's see what we got up here. Oh, that's another really well-worn big teal piece. What a chunk. That's probably close to 3 inches long. And look how thick it is too. Beautiful. And here's Elsie's coconut. Elsie, you want this coconut? Do you want it? Do you want it? Do you want it? You ready? Will you spin? Will you spin? Ready, go. Nope, you don't want it? All right. Sometimes she's in the mood for a coconut, sometimes she's not. A little piece of corn flour. It's nice. I really like these melted bottle mouths. You can tell that was the top of an old beer bottle, right? And really cool. So that went through a bonfire before it went into the ocean. A lot of the times what would happen is these landfills on the side of the beach, before they would push it all in the water, they'd burn it to get rid of all the, you know, the stuff that could easily float away in the ocean. So it just leaves the metal and the glass. That's why a lot of times you see metal stuck in the bonfire glass. Wow, okay, cool. Here's a piece of like lavender melt glass. It's got a really neat like bald edge on it. Super pretty. Somebody was asking about melt glass earlier, and that's a really good piece. Do you need a local to access those beaches? It took me about 2 months to find these beaches, and I had to use a boat to do it. It's very tough to find them. And because nobody in Curacao hunts for sea glass, I'm the only one. I've never seen anybody else really out hunting. So you could ask locals, but I doubt they'd even know. I do give tours, though. If somebody comes here and they want to go out and check everything, let me know. If I haven't sailed away yet on my boat, I'll be happy to give a tour. It's kind of a neat rock. It's got a P on it. I lost it. Come back. There it is. Ooh, and look at this ring here. Wow, perfect ring. It's from an old teal bottle mouth, yeah? Let's see if that'll fit on my finger. Oh yeah, not too bad. Maybe it's a lady's size one there. Pretty sweet. Wow, there's like 90 people watching right now. Thank y'all. This is awesome. I'll have to do more hunts in the morning time. It's actually easier for me to read the comments right now. Once we get into the middle of the day, it's tough to see the screen. So this is kind of nice. Kind of helps. LC, doing good? All right. Elko. Now sometimes the marbles will be just back past the water line here, and they just kind of roll around right at the front. So always check in there as well. Just kicking back the surface here, looking to see what's underneath. How long you plan to stay on the island, someone asks. So me and Elsie and I, we sailed here on our boat. I bought a boat in Portland, Maine. And we sailed all the way from Portland, Maine to here. But along the way, our boat was struck by lightning. So we're here making repairs. We've been here in Curacao making repairs for over a year. They're certainly on island time here. And we're hoping that it'll be ready in the next month or two. And then we'll be able to set sail from this island, probably head up to Puerto Rico or U.S. Virgin Islands or somewhere it's easier for me to ship sea glass back to the U.S. from. And then from there, no real plan. We're just kind of going where the wind takes us, trying to sail around the whole world. And the plan is to find as many sea glass beaches that you guys have never heard of as possible along the way. Here's a beautiful little bottle with some coralline algae on the side. On the bottom it says GWGCC. I have no idea what this bottle's from, but it's pretty. I'll keep it, and I'll put some flowers in it or something small. Oh, look right there. You guys see it? There's a red, big one. Wow, that's a really big red. Now it is kind of chippy. Let's check it out. All right, so it's actually an amberina. It's got a little bit of orange on the side and yellow. It's kind of worn, but not really well worn. I don't think it'd make a very good piece of jewelry. Now, if this one was well worn, this would be an expensive piece of sea glass, but because it's still pretty fresh, I don't know. Do you guys think we should keep it or throw it back? I say we throw it back. Can't keep every red you find, not just the pretty ones, right? Now someday maybe somebody will find that piece when it's nice and well worn, and it'll totally make their day, right? Otherwise, I just pick up a piece and it doesn't really do nothing for me if it looks like that. So it's always best, if you doubt whether to keep it or not, just throw it back. Let somebody else get a chance at it down the line. Beautiful cornflower blue, but same thing, not well worn yet, so it goes back in the water. And we got a lot of beach line still to cover, so no worries. I'm sure we'll find some more reds. Just try pulling this back here. It's from an old Pepsi Cola bottle, looks like. You can see the PSI on the end. Huge piece of blue there. But again, too sharp. Goes back in. That's not too sharp. We can keep that piece. Alright, so you see these little seashells down here? Those are the ones that the hermit crabs really like. So I toss those up towards the high tide line in case somebody needs to find a new house later. Help them out. These are from sea urchins. You'll find thousands and thousands of these on the beach. They just kind of crush up in the rocks after a little bit and turn to sand. They're really fragile. I'll show you. You can just please don't be offended, anybody. They really would just turn to sand on the beach, and there's so many of them. No other animals use them for protection or anything, so it is all good. Now, what do we got here? A button. Oh, wow. A really cool ceramic old triangle button. And then on the back, you can see where it used to have the string could go through, but that's worn out too much now. But really neat. I love to find a good button. And there's another one. Look at that. 2 buttons and then, hey, half a red bead. Wow. Look at that button. That's a really cool blue. It's like opalescent almost. Heck yeah. Sometimes you find a lot of cool stuff all right next to each other. Like, for example, here's a piece of flash glass. Blue and yellow, multicolor. And it's not too chippy, so we can keep that too. But nice little handful right there. Nice pottery. And they're just looking up here at the high tide line. Kind of a neat blue shard there, cornflower. It's well worn enough. I'll keep that too. And then let's just kick back here and see what's right underneath. Kind of just hoping a marble will roll out at my feet, which sometimes happens. Elsie, come on. Alright. Anybody seeing anything I'm not? We'll keep moving on. Still got a lot of beach to cover. Oh, wow. Look at that. Nice piece of pattern honey amber, yeah? It's got those little sunshine patterns to it. Really pretty, but not frosty, not worn enough. It's going back. All right. Just give you guys a view of the ocean today. Beautiful out there. Elsie, come on. I'm gonna duck underneath this tree here. I try not to get splashed too much. See if there's anything back under here besides a lot of spider webs. Oh, hey, what's that? Check that out. It's like a hand. Oh, whoa. No, it's a face. Cool. It's a dude with a hat and a hand. Wow, that's neat. Let me pull it out in the sun here. Duck back into these trees. Right on. It's like a little Quaker dude. Sweet. That is so cool. Yeah, you never know what you're gonna find. He is certainly a keeper. Let's get back underneath these trees. Maybe there's some more good stuff. What is that? That's a really pretty rock. You don't see much quartz around here. That's kind of what that looks like there. There's a lot of spiders. I get bit quite a bit. Ow. Just trying not to get stabbed too much by these branches. Oh. All right, let's walk down a little further, see what we got. Elsie, come. All right, just walking through the woods a little bit. So this one part of the path near the beach, everything's kind of underneath trees. There's an old Coca-Cola bottle, yeah. Some people make candles with the sea glass they find like this. I think that's a really cool idea. But like I was telling you guys, I live on a boat, so we can only pick up so much, or else we will sink. This stuff is heavy. So we just focus on the rare things, the rare colors, the really well-worn pieces. Moroli. What is that green rock back there? I see some kind of weird. Never seen a green rock here before. I'm always looking for ambergris. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's a whale vomit. It comes from sperm whales. They use this particular type of bile to digest the giant squids because their beaks are so strong. And so anyways, every once in a while these sperm whales will throw up their ambergris, and that stuff floats around for a while and ends up on a beach. And if you find it, it's worth about $10,000 per kilogram, which is insane, right? They use it to make certain types of perfumes and things like that. But I'm always looking out for some ambergris. It kind of looks like just a big waxy rock. That's neat. This would be a good little marble holder, yeah? Alright. Now we just have to find a marble. Oh, wow. That is a piece of surfer's wax for their surfboards, yeah? Tricked you. You thought it was a cobalt. Oh, wow. Pretty little blue bird on this piece of pottery here. That'll make a sweet little necklace pendant, yeah? And then what's this here? Cool piece of milk glass. But it's not well worn enough, but what a neat color, yeah? I'm gonna throw that one back in the water. All right. And then what we got here? Maybe some willow pattern porcelain. Just kind of looking right where the tide's washing up, see if there's anything we haven't seen. Not seeing a lot. We're gonna duck under some more of these trees here. Oh my gosh, the spider webs are crazy this morning. Anybody see anything back there? Oh, wow, cool. I see a battered piece of purple. And it's bonfire too. It's kind of melted and swirled. Wow, that's a really, really nice piece of purple. All right. Thanks everybody who's just joining in. Like I was saying, we're over in Curacao today. Just having a little morning stroll at one of the sharper beaches I go to. Stuff isn't as well worn here because it's from the beginning of where they had the landfill, but because of how it's protected by the reef, the waves aren't able to wash the stuff around as much. So even though down the shore the glass is just the exact same age, because this is protected here, it doesn't get as well worn. But because of that, there's more one-of-a-kind things, like that little head we just found a minute ago. Oh man, look, some huge pieces of patterned pink. Really, really big patterned pink. but just too chippy. And there's Elsie, watching in the woods, just hanging out under a tree. Elsie, come on, let's go. All right, here she comes. So like I was saying, these pattern pinks are just, they're not sea glass yet because they just haven't been worn. They've been sitting here for a long, long time. And yes, they are old glass, but until they become jewels of the ocean, we don't want to keep them. So we're throwing those pinks back too. Let's kick down the line here. Ooh, I see an orange something. You guys see it right here? Look at that. Orange piece of flash glass. Orange is definitely the rarest color. Flash glass means that the color is just flashed to one side. So if you look at it sideways, you can see the glass is actually clear, but it's kind of like almost painted on one side. So that's how they saved a lot of color, is they just had the glass one side in color, keep the rest clear, and it shines right through, makes it even brighter. A lot of times they'll put white on the back side of the paint color, and that white behind the paint or behind the color makes it even brighter. So that's what flash glass is. That's pretty cool. We found a little orange one there just sitting on top. So we will keep that one. Look at that bottle mouth, huh? Really big one, but again, too chippy, so it's going back in. Here's little Elsie. She's out looking for marbles with me. Lucky dog, huh? All right, so we're getting down the beach now, and there's start to get a little more well-worn as the reef goes away. So we're hoping to see some more jewelry grade stuff. A lot of bottle mouths here, right? And again, these are the little sea urchin skeletons that are left. You can stack them up into pretty snowmen. Just leave them on the beach right there. Cool. It's super illegal to take coral and stuff like that out of this country, so we just leave it all behind. We're just here for the sea glass. Hopefully don't have to climb under too many trees. Pretty good on spider bites right now. Y'all see that in the water there? All right, now that's a nice turquoise. Again, piece of flash glass. Like I was just talking about, they put white on the back of the color. That way it shines a lot brighter through there. But right on. Beautiful electric blue. It's kind of got a wave pattern to it. Can you see that from the side? Really, really nice turquoise we just poached out of the water there. See if there's anything else in the shallows washing around. Sometimes you can spot marbles pretty easily that way. So here's another piece of patterned pink, but it's definitely a lot more well worn. You can tell it's been in the water for a while. It's even got algae and coral growing on it. So we can keep that one. See a little piece of lavender right there, lavender hunk. There's a piece of an old Coca-Cola bottle. You can see cola right there. Cool. Now I'm surprised. Generally I've found a marble by now. But not yet this morning. But there's still hope. Still a little bit more beach to go. Hope to find one. For every marble you see, there's probably 10 that see you and you don't. They're just staring at you. Somewhere. Kind of like spiders, right? Every spider you see, there's 10 you don't. Same thing with those marbles. Let's try digging up around here. Everything here is kind of the same size as marbles, so hoping maybe one will wash up in here. It's probably from an old Vicks Vapor Rub bottle there. But again, too chippy to keep. But I do see a red. red piece of flash glass. You guys spot it? Right here. Nice, it's like a pink piece of flash glass. Kind of like a rosy red on one side, clear on the back. Nice. Yeah, we can pick up trash when we find it, right? Put that in my backpack. Just looking up here. Just pulling these ridge lines back, seeing what falls down. And looking back underneath this tree to see if anything's rolled up. Not seeing much. Maybe do a little more digging. Oh, there's a nice piece of patterned bonfire pink. Yeah, it's a good chunk. It's been kind of folded over on itself from the heat. That's really neat. LC, you see anything good? That's all right, we're gonna keep moving it down the line. I'm gonna show you up ahead. It's there's this one sharp spot that's got so much cool sea glass, but none of it's really quite there yet. So every time we pass by, we find a lot of reds and turquoises that we actually got to end up throwing back. Elsie, let's go. All right, so we go under a couple more trees just to see anything on the back sides here. Just kind of looking through the branches, getting stabbed in the head. That's a cute little bottle there too. Put some tiny flowers in that one. Oh, there's another Baby Yoda. I was showing you guys earlier the Baby Yoda pieces. See the Baby Yoda face at the top there? See his little eyes? I'm sure some of you are watching the Disney Channel Mandalorian. That's a cool show. Anyways, there's your Baby Yoda on the Duraglass. Oh wow, this looks a lot like that milk glass purple piece we found earlier with the balls at the top. Except this is a milk glass turquoise. Really similar pattern, just totally different color. Neat. You really never know what you're gonna find around here. You see the spider webs here? That's got some flowers to it too. Alright, we're gonna step over those spiders. Try to squeeze ourselves through these branches. It's so easy for Elsie, she just walks under everything. Alright, so keeping our eyes peeled for those oranges and reds. Shooters, marbles, rare one-of-a-kind things. Just so much glass, huh? All right, we'll get out of the shade here in a second. Get back to the sunshine where you guys can see everything a little better. Okay, yep, not seeing much in this little spot, so we're gonna go around. Elsie, come on. Good girl, let's go. All right, get back to the sunshine for you guys. Make it a little easier to see what we're looking for. Nice. Just taking a little peek under here. I see a red something back there. You guys see it? Where did it go? There we go. Oh, that's a red, but it's too sharp. Oh, a stopper. Uh-oh. There it is. Didn't get it washed away. Sweet. That is a nice stopper. Look at that. It's got like a floral pattern on top. Super cool. Let me pull it out in the sunshine. Show you guys. Wow. Elsie, look. Neat little mushroom shaped floral design on top. Pretty well worn. That is a score. Right on. What beach on Curacao? So these are kind of my secret beaches. I spent many months finding them, so I don't just give them away to the world, or else because like 5,000 to 10,000 people come here on cruise ship every week, this place would get taken over pretty quick. So if you want to know where they're at, if you do plan to come, hit me up via private message, and I'm happy to give tours. But I don't want to post these places online because then they won't exist anymore. And as I go around the world, for any of my customers, people that buy stuff, support us on our adventure around the world, happy to take you sea glass hunting if you come out and visit us. And I do tours as well. A lot of times I was taking some folks on the cruise ship. If they vow to keep the spot secret, I took them around, showed some of them as well. It's kind of nuts. Everybody has the most amazing experience sea glassing of their life. And you can only bring back so much. Everybody wants to bring back hundreds of pounds, but you can only bring back what you can fit in your suitcase. There's no way to ship it from here. So everything I'm selling on my website, I brought back in an airplane, or I had a friend bring it back in suitcases. It's kind of tough. Right, what do we got? Yeah, so these beaches took me about 2 months to find on my own. I had to use a boat. I went with LC, and we explored literally the entire coastline, 40 miles long, on one side of the island, and went to every single beach. And out of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of beaches, we only found a very small handful of ones with sea glass. But if anybody does want to come visit, happy to say. Let's see here. Elsie, come on. But we are in Curacao. Let's keep going here. Now, generally, this is where I start to find more marbles. So really keep my eyes peeled now. I see a super cool pink piece. Do you guys see that? It's like a pink peach. Wow, that's a huge handle. And it's pretty well worn. Definitely a keeper. I mean, look at this piece compared to Elsie's head. That's crazy, right? Wow. Little Japan piece there. You read Japan on the bottom. "20 degrees in Ohio," someone says. Wow. Yeah, that sounds awful cold. Like I was telling folks earlier, we do live on a sailboat. We are sailing around the world, so we can't pick everything up. We just pick up the rare stuff. There's only so much we can fit aboard the ship. So just looking for the really cool stuff that you don't find anywhere else. Nice little ice blue piece there. Wow, incredible how many people are watching. Thank you all so much for tuning in. LC and I, we literally support ourselves on sea glass. We do this full-time, professionally. So we really appreciate all your guys' support and everybody who purchases stuff from us. All of that money goes to help fund our trip around the world. Wow, check out this multicolor piece. It's like a heart shape. Green and blue. How neat is that? It's got some coralline on one side. Yeah, happy to show you all the ocean there. Really nice out today. Pretty flat generally, and it's not too windy. It's super clear water here. You can see visibility of usually at least 50 feet, sometimes way further than that. And you can see the bottom of the ocean from your boat, even when it's 50 feet deep. It's pretty nice water. Here in Curacao, we're off the coast of Venezuela, about 40 or 50 miles off Venezuela coast. Ooh, look at that green bottle there, huh? Usually don't find too many bottles, so this is neat. Let's shake that out so I don't get my pocket all wet. Oh, what a pretty green little bottle, huh? Put some little flowers in those too. Make a little collection of bottles with flowers on my windowsill. All right, got all the water out. Wow, a huge kick up here. You see how big that kick up is? Gigantic. But too chippy on the side, so it's going back. All right, somebody else will find that down the line. Now it's a little harder to see the stuff here because it gets caught up in these big rocks. Ooh, look at this bonfire piece of peach color. The pinks and peach look pretty similar, but here I'll put this peach next to a pink. See this chippy pink here? You can tell the difference. It's a little more orange and yellow on the peach than the pink, but this pink piece, too chippy. It's going back. This peach piece of bonfire, that's pretty cool, so that's going in my pocket. A lot of folks ask, what do I use to keep my stuff in, my sea glasses? I pick it up. I argue whether they should use a piece of trash or they should use a plastic bag or a reusable cloth bag, but for me, myself, I just put it in my pocket until my pockets get full, and then I empty my pockets into my backpack. And that way I never need a bag at all. Another really pretty seashell here. We're gonna put up at the high tide line for a hermit crab that might need it. There's another Baby Yoda piece there. See little Baby Yoda's face. There's another nice multicolor. This piece of bonfire, so it's some white lips with a piece of like Kelly green melted onto it. That's pretty neat. Tons of these bottle mouths. I really like these well-worn ones that have been melted in the bonfire. They got the closed mouths. Beautiful piece of patterned white there. Oh yeah, that's really nice too. Most of the stuff on the ground you guys are seeing is coral. Pieces of coral. And yes, this was a landfill at one point in time. This is the part of the landfill where the beach doesn't really wash back and forth too much. So it's still pretty chippy and you know, big pieces. But further down the beach, it gets a little more well-worn as the reef comes in. And it's a pretty good stretch of beach, but definitely very difficult to find. It did take me a couple months of being in Curacao, looking almost every day to find this. I didn't even know it was here, so I kind of just lucked out by going to all the beaches and finding this stuff. I see a tiny piece of red. That's too small to keep though. It's not even worn. I'm joined here today with my best friend, LC. She is 11 years old. She's a Yorkshire Terrier, and we've been together her whole life. She has sailed with me from Maine all the way down here to Curacao, and we lived together in Hawaii for quite a long time, me and LC, on a farm. She's actually a farm dog who has now become a pirate dog. Wow, look at that color green. I bet that's UV. What do you say? It looks like Mountain Dew color green. Wow. A little chippy, but I want to see if that glows or not, so I'm going to keep it. Oh, wow. That's got nice flowers on it. Kind of a big piece, but really pretty flowers. A yellow. Oh man, that's a really nice true yellow, but it's just too chippy. So I think it's got to be thrown back. Just like this patterned piece of honey amber here. Probably got to go back too. We're just here to collect the well-worn sea glass. So we're throwing that stuff back. Save it for the next generation. Really hoping to find a marble. Definitely seeing a lot more masks on the ground these days. It's kind of suck because they can get wrapped up in the turtles and stuff. Look at that, I got a USA. Anyways, most people don't like to touch masks, but I'm under the impression that UV light and salt water kills everything. So I'll pick that up. I don't care. I'll put it in my bag. Anyways, cool piece of cobalt. You can see it says US right there. Maybe it's more of a cornflower, I guess. And then, wow, look at that chunk of cobalt right there. Now, that's not quite worn enough. So I think we got to throw that one back too. As well as this huge hunk of honey amber. Holy crap. So let's throw those back in. I will pick this flower piece back up that I dropped. And we're keeping our eyes peeled. Oh, what's this got on? Wow, that is neat. Check out this pottery. It's got like a full farm scene on it. You got the trees, sidewalk leading up to the house and the barn. How cool is that? Decently well worn too. We'll keep that. Nothing on the back. What a neat design. Thank you all again for joining me today. It was really nice to share the experiences, see everything we find. There's so much to look at. It's kind of hard to see it all, you know. Oh, really neat piece of cobalt. It's got some green in it, of bonfire glass. I like to keep these and I use them as like marble holders rather than using a bottle mouth or something. These are kind of unique and I don't know, really nice to display little pieces on top of. So I generally give away those kind of pieces for free with every order. We do give away free stuff with actually every single order of stuff people buy from us. So you'll always find a surprise when you buy from LC's Glass. So many bottle mouths here. What is bonfire glass? So bonfire is when people had landfills back in the day, even today still, like Aruba. What they do is they burn all of their trash before they scoop it into the ocean. The reason they burned it next to the ocean is because if they burn it in the middle of the island, all that smoke's going to go somewhere. So they burn it on the side where the wind blows it all offshore. And once they burn it, all the paper and plastic inside goes away, and all that's left is metal and glass. So you can see there's a bunch of patterned glass here. Oh, another button. It's the same kind of sheen as the last button we found. That's really nice. But like I was saying, this patterned glass here, although beautiful, it's not sea glass. Sea glass means, oh wow, look what just washed up. Right on that rock in front of us. A red bead. Oh, wow. Did you guys see that wash up? So cool. Let's see if I can focus on it. Come on, red bead. Having trouble focusing. But a really pretty little glass red bead right there. Right on. And this pattern glass, like I was saying, It's not sea glass yet. Just because it's at the beach doesn't make it sea glass. This is landfill glass. And just like if this were a marble that wasn't worn, I'm going to throw it back. Because it's not a jewel yet. The point of doing this is to find the jewels made by the ocean. Just because it's wet doesn't make it sea glass. So there we go. We're throwing that back and we're going to keep going. You can see there's a lot of this really pretty pattern stuff, but it's just not there yet. So throw it back. Somebody will find it years and years from now, and it'll be nice and beautiful and worth something. It is a really cool pattern though. If I had found any of these on another beach and they're well worn, I would be so excited, but as you guys can see, they're just not there yet. So we're helping the process along, just tossing them back in. No one swims at these beaches because they are landfill, they are full of glass, so no worries about all that. But gosh, just so many electric blue turquoise patterns. And they're no good. But they will be someday. Hey, look, there's a little topper right there. Nice. These went to the tops of little tiny little spice dishes. Generally, I've got a few of these, but always nice to find a new one. That's cool. Elsie, you like it? She says it smells all right. My pockets are getting pretty full here. I might have to stop in a minute and unload. Wow, this got like a silver sheen to it, but not there yet. So we're keeping our eyes peeled for those oranges. There's another mask. Ugh, gross. Look for the oranges, look for those reds, marbles, stoppers, toppers, anything cool. Oh no, it looks like somebody flipped the bench over. That's too bad. I don't think I'm strong enough to pick that thing up. It probably weighs 500 pounds. Or I'd put it back. There's a little bonfire green there, but kind of too sharp. It'd be nice if it rolled around for a while and got worn down into a jewel. So throwing that one back too. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know it's probably really cold where most of you are. Alright, let's see. Getting towards the end of the beach, but this last little spot is kind of where we find our best stuff. So fingers still crossed for finding a marble today somewhere. You can see that me and Elsie have the whole place to ourselves, as we almost always do. I've really never seen anybody else sea glassing around here in the year plus that I've been looking. Which is kind of nice, always have it to yourself. There's a little piece of amberina. Uh-oh, we're down to 10% battery. I better hurry it up. All right. Let's keep going. Try to get to the end spot here before it's too late. Oh, hey, Mom. I see my mom's watching. Big shout out to her. Thanks to her for helping me manage all the Facebook sea glass sales while I'm out of the country. She helps me package and ship and post all the cool stuff that we have in our shop. So please feel free to check that out. I'm thinking about starting a YouTube channel. I actually ordered a laptop last night so I can start editing videos. So I'm looking for ideas for a name of my YouTube channel. If anybody's got a good idea, I was thinking like Wandering Pirate or I don't know. Still trying to think of names, but if you got anything good, send it my way. I would love to hear any ideas. And we just want to have like a general YouTube channel, not just about sea glassing, But about our entire, adventure around the world as we go from country to country. Thought it'd be a good way to share with everybody and kind of edit all the good film we get together. Now, last time I was here, we found a shooter. Big marble. Open. Find another one. Though that's pretty rare. Just keeping our eyes peeled. We're kind of at the last bit of the beach here. Hoping we find something really good. There's a piece of opalescent glass here. Opalescent glass kind of has that rainbow sheen to it where it kind of changes colors as you spin it. But again, too chippy, too well worn, or too sharp. So we're going to throw that baby back in. And you can see it's a little more well worn here. Stuff gets more easy to pick up. Just go down the line. I'm just gonna fold it back a little bit, looking for those marbles. I see a bead, tiny bead, that one. Really small ceramic bead there. I've got a lot of beads, got them color coded on a string, hanging on the wall. Beads are tough to see a lot of the times. I mean, they're really small. But it makes me feel good if I see a bead because it means I'm probably not missing too many marbles. What we got here? Nice piece of purple, but not sea glass yet. So it's going back in. Y'all see anything good? A little pink. Another pink. Wow, look how well melted this one got. That's an old bottle mouth. Melted down. Marble? Marble. Y'all see it? I thought it was a rock at first. It's not a very bright color. Uh-oh, almost got washed away. All right, we did it. Look at that, a yellow swirl. It was upside down, so it kind of looked like coral. All right, what'd I tell you? Sweet. Usually find one a day. I see another marble. You guys see it? Oh, no. Got it. Two marbles. A yellow one and a yellow swirl. This yellow one here might be like a Parcheesi game, like a Chinese checkers. Right on. All right, the last minute, too. We're like 5% of battery to go. So where one marble is, generally others kind of frequent and hang out in the same area, just based on size. So we're going to dig around this spot real quick, see if we can find any more. Heck yeah. Oh, I'm glad I got to share that with you guys. Right on. The long round pieces are coral, for whoever's asking. All right, so just kind of pulling it back here. What do we got? Just so much sea glass. Isn't that crazy? Not well worn enough there. Well, I just want to thank everybody today for watching us and joining along on our little adventure. Certainly has been cool to share it with you. I'm getting ready to sign off in just a minute because, oh look, there's a bead. And a flower. This phone's about to die and I want to save the video, that way other people can enjoy it later. There's a little red piece. Flash glass. So yeah, anyways, once again, thank you guys so much. If you haven't already, please follow our page, facebook.com/sunsout, tongues out, or also known as LC's Glass. Follow our page, that way you'll get reminders on every time we go live. every time we find cool stuff. Every time we go to a new country or we sail somewhere, or I don't know, just having an interesting adventure to share, we're going to do it on that page. So as long as you are following it, it will give you alerts every once in a while. If you want to learn more about Elsie and myself, you can go to kypirate.com. That's kypirate.com. And that just kind of gives you a biography about me and Elsie and the adventures we've done together so far. And if you have any questions, feel free to send them our way. Wow, look at that. Hell yeah. Check out this Amberina, guys. Hobnail, perfectly well worn. Right there on the top. And there's another red right there. Holy crap. It's like 3 reds in under a minute. This other one isn't as well worn. It's kind of chippy. So I'll tell you what. That beautiful red there is going back. Oh shit. I think there's an orange piece of milk glass there. That's all right. Well, it looks like me and Elsie got a little more work to do at this beach. We got some more things to dig up. And I'm going to sign off now. And hope to do another live video maybe later today, maybe tomorrow. I'm never sure. We might even have a Ask Me Anything session where you guys can just pound me with all the questions you want to know about our adventures and stuff like that. And we'd be happy to answer them. So once again, thank you all. Really appreciate all of you and your support as we sail around the world. And signing off, this is Captain Kai, the Sea Glass guy. Really appreciate all of you. So have a great day. I hope you stay warm and hope you get to play with some sea glass today.